Rookie Sauce Gardner. What a game in Denver. Defensive Player of the Week. And to understand the crunch time play he made, a couple different ones, but this one on the 4th and 3 on Sutton, we first have to rewind it in the series to understand what the Jets are defensively. They are like Denver and Green Bay, in which Zach Wilson struggled. Look at Sauce breaking off. What was that? Quarters or maybe even palms. The Jets D, like Denver and Green Bay, are a too high, very relaxed shell type team. A lot of quarters. Yeah, Whitehead likes to get involved in the box sometimes, but that's not their game usually. They're a keep everything in front of you type defense. So, I know this is sort of a time-sensitive drive, but all game, this is usually what they do. Too high. Again, first play of the series. First pass of the series, I should say. Starts in a quarters look. Sauce breaks off. Knows he has over the top. Might be palms. Next one. Start too high. Probably a 3 buzz. Let's see if it was man, Sauce. And Sauce giving up this play. Look at Sauce in press here. DJ Reed a little off. Little staggered with the too high. Ripping. Going to be a 4-man rush unless Carter sneaks in there. Linebackers are too deep to blitz from that depth right there. Sauce not handsy, opening up the hips, and only a few guys could do this, even recover in that situation where your hips are totally opened, and at that height, pivot in this regard. Like that's just absurd. But right here, this is fine. Giving up a 3, 4, 5 yard underneath throw, it's exactly what you want. What was the coverage here? Yeah, it was probably, it was like a match 3 or just cover 1. It was probably more cover 1, where you're trying to show zone up first, and then Whitehead on the number 2, the tight end in the slot. So I think it's cover 1, trying to show zone pre-snap. But that's the Jets D. Too high. Very shell, very relaxed. Another one, next pass, again, too high. Looks like quarters. Safety driving down on the middle weapon there. Mosley bluffing. What's this? Another too high. Great pass by Rippin. Let's go from the start again. Too high, Mosley bluffing. He's green dogging it most likely. Has the back. A lot of man concept. Might be one robber. This might be one robber here where you got man. Start too high. One safety drives down, one safety single high in a one robber type situation. Sauce on his guy. Good route, good throw. Eccles. I think that was Eccles. So they must have been in dime. Next play. Interesting. Just one high. Single high. Whitehead in the box. Again, they do this, but this is not their DNA normally. They're like Denver. They're like Green Bay in a lot of ways. So Sauce, when it's one high, the corners are going to be off in coverage a little more. This is what makes sense as a defense. You're not going to play press if you only have single high as much. Does it happen? Of course. Most times when you do that, you're going to be blitzing. So you play off when it's single high. Too high, you can press. You can get more aggressive. Tight splits with Denver. Single high, Whitehead. Let's run it through. What's the coverage? It's just man. Oh, no, might be cover 3. Yeah, as you can tell, I didn't look at this before running this film review. Yeah, it's 3, I think. Sauce, double move on Sauce. Watch Sauce again here. Outside technique, and you want that, being that it's a tight split. Open the hips there to drive, and then right there. That's a recovery only Sauce could do. Receiver did a good job with decent separation, but even with that separation, you're not going to beat Sauce. He's too long. His recovery is too great. That's not a beat right there. Not the perfect coverage, but it's not a beat at the same time. And in this NFL, that's almost as perfect as you can get. It's impossible. Too high. Looks like a cover 6. Reed breaks. Incomplete. Let's watch it again. We got 2x2. Usually if you're going 6 or 3 cloud, you're going to go with the hard corner on the 3-weapon side. This is going to be the strong side because the running back's on this side, the boundary side. So Sauce, if they're playing strong or weak, and it's a 6 or a 3 cloud, one of the corners is going to go deep third, deep third, deep third, deep third. The other corner is going to be hard, flat to curl. And usually you play the flat to curl, hard corner to the strong side. And this would be the strong side with the running back on this side. Often, if it's a running team, sometimes you designate the opposite side as a strong side because a lot of the running flow would go the other way at a shotgun. But generally speaking, this would be the strong side. 1, 2, 3. 4-man rush again, really wide. So they're trying to game it up front with the pass rush. Look at the D tackle's technique here. Linebackers are deep. Michael Carter can get a little aggressive. He's got too high. And Sauce playing hard, hands-on, funnels it inside. Whenever you're playing hard corner, you want to funnel it inside technically. That's where the route was going anyway, so cool. And you got hook zone, hook zone, hook zone. Carter's going to have to worry about the flat. DJ Reed over the top. Third with the safeties. Let's see, Reed. Yeah, he's definitely over the top. It's 6. Sauce down low, passing it along to the safety. But again, another relaxed coverage. This is the Jets' DNA. So, another play where they're relaxed, and it's another cover 6. Sauce comes up, misses the tackle. That's okay. Gets out of bounds. You want to make the tackle there, but hey, what are you going to do? The dude's not perfect. Again, same thing. But again, this is the weak side. So they have Sauce as the hard corner on the weak side. Maybe they're playing boundary. Hard corner to the boundary. Short side. We don't know the identifier, but regardless, again, 6 or 3 cloud with the hard corner being Sauce. Quarter Reed, quarter Joyner, half Whitehead. Carter, 2 linebackers, hook zones. Yep, see Carter passing off his shallow cross. He wants to follow him, but he can't because he knows his secondary read is the running back going out to the flat. And he's got to pass that off to the linebacker. Get depth, does a good job. Sauce, primary read is the receiver. Secondary read will be this tight end in the slot. And then the third read would be this shallow cross or the running back maybe coming across. So let's see, Sauce off the line, mans up the receiver, funnels to the inside. Now at this point, hips, rear end to the sideline, feel the receiver, eyes on the quarterback, eyes to the inside. His second read is going down the middle, vertical. Third read, shallow cross. Very tough for young cornerbacks to stick with this and stick with that third read coming from the opposite side, yet he does it. And he peels off the coverage nicely. Angle's a little rounded, so you kind of want him to stop right here and take more of a sharper angle downhill, anticipating the movement. But listen, this is all nitpicking, folks. This is just miserable coach speak. Call me a miserable human. And submarine, head down, want to see a better tackle. But again, Sauce, if you're seeing this, I'm nitpicking. Okay, one more. Sauce at the bottom. Let's run it through. Again, too high, staggered. It's either 1 robber or 3 buzz. Yeah, it's 1 robber because they played man. But again, another relaxed coverage. And then here we go. 4th and 3. Nut crunching time. Look at what the Jets do. Forget relaxed coverage. I know we're only up a touchdown, but this is nut crunching time, and we trust this guy right here, number 1. We trust this guy right here as well, DJ Reed. And we're going to put, interestingly, they put Joyner in the box instead of Whitehead, which is very interesting because usually you'd see Whitehead in the box, Joyner deep, but they have Whitehead deep. Very difficult for a single high safety to range all the way from sideline to sideline if a vertical happens, especially if a vertical happens with an outside release. Let's play it through. Outside release, Sauce, clean release, Sauce, hands, knocks it away. I mean, number 1, nut crunching time to show this look as if you're Ulbrich and Saleh and say, hey, this is who we are. We're going to tell you exactly what we're doing. Can you beat us? I don't think you can beat us because we have this guy and this guy and this guy. Let's not forget about Michael Carter. There's a threat of the blitz with the safety. Linebackers don't have the regular prevent, relaxed depth. So there's a threat with the blitz with the linebackers too. I don't think they come, right? Nope, they do not come. Mosley bluffs. Just a 4-man rush. They stunt or they try to stunt the interior too, the 2D tackles. Doesn't really get anywhere. And so doing that, going press single high, without too deep, opposite of their DNA, and not blitzing and just bringing 4. I know it's 4th and 3, but doing that in this situation is high risk, high reward. You are daring the quarterback to target one of these two guys and say, hey, try to beat us. Here's what we're going to run. We know you know what we're going to run, yet we feel you can't beat us because our guys are too good. And that's exactly what happens. Sauce, outside release clean with Sutton. Sutton's a hell of a receiver. Sauce at this point, he's in trouble, folks, at this point. Ball's out of ball time. The timing with the ball was great by Rypien. Rypien was in a rhythm. Even though he didn't have a tremendous game, he was solid in this game. He was in rhythm. Sauce, look at his head. You don't want to be turning this way to the outside. You want to be turning to the inside. Right hand on hip. If anything, opened up to the inside. Head over the left shoulder in this situation. Safety's not going to get over in time. You can't blame him. That is a really tough ask. But for Sauce to recover from this situation is absurd. Did he get away with a little bit here in terms of a tug? Sure, maybe, probably. But he's just that damn good, where his reputation allows him to get away with it a little bit more. And if you're Sutton here, you can't leave your arm dangling out there. That's why it wasn't called. If Sutton doesn't leave his arm dangling out there and tries to rip it away, he might get the call. Now, the downside of trying to rip it away and force that action is you're going to lose some of your momentum trying to get that ball in route. So Sutton doesn't do that. It turns out to bite him in the ass. Look at Sauce turning to the outside over his right shoulder. That's absurd. He knows he can't stick there. You can't stick in that situation. Maintains contact, turns from right to left at the perfect time, still maintains contact, and gets the left arm in there. I mean, it's crazy, folks. It's absolutely insane. To show that look with a guy who's played 6 games, this is his 7th game in the NFL, and then dare the opposing offense to beat you in this situation. They could have easily played a relaxed defense there, too high, given up the first down, and protected the goal line a bit better and played for another down. Instead, Ulbrich and Salas said, forget that. We're doing it right now. Can you beat us? I don't think you can. And they didn't. And Rypien, he goes to Sauce, probably because Sauce was impressed and Reed was a little bit off. So he thought he might have had more of a chance with the cornerback and press against Sutton. You know, their best target, tall guy, vertical threat. And just couldn't do it. Gardner, that left hand, perfect timing. Just the instincts are just absurd. And again, Broncos fans, if you're watching this, could he gotten flagged? Absolutely. But you know what? This is football. This is the NFL. Sometimes you don't get the call you want. And the way Sauce is playing, he deserves that reputation. Unbelievable job by the Jets and Sauce.